What's up, maniacs? Welcome back to Never Grow Up. I'm Ben here with
Clark, Violet,
and Natalie. Say hi. Today we're going to look at my wrestling video game collection, but before we do that, be sure to hit that bell and
like, share,
and subscribe. Let's get right into the action. You're going to see a lot of these are used. You're going to see that some of them still have the price tags on them, which I haven't gotten around to taking them off, so they are not current price tags at all. Some of them are quite old, like when the game originally came out, and you will see that some of them are quite expensive for being like a PS2 or a GameCube game or something like that, and it is not anything what they charge right now for these games. You can find them quite cheap, actually. We're going to jump into the PlayStation, the original PS1 games first. Right here, Violet, why don't you hold that up? This is WCW versus the World, the first WCW game for the PlayStation. It was okay, very choppy looking, and graphics wise wasn't the best, but you could play as the original Hulk Hogan, which you can see we're a big fan of, and overall pretty good entry in the series. Next up is WCW Nitro. This game is pretty good. The best thing about this game and the next game that's going to come up is that before you pick your player, you can actually click on, I believe it's circle, it might be square, and the wrestlers will do a video recorded promo for like why you should pick them, and I think that's really cool, and that's one of the best parts of both of these games. And also the PlayStation could actually play real-time video, which is also put them above, you know, the Nintendo Super N64 and stuff like that, Super Nintendo, all that type of stuff. But overall, pretty much the same thing, just different characters, as a lot of sports games are. Next up is WCW NWO Thunder. Pretty much very similar to WCW Nitro. It's by the same company too, THQ, which went on to make other games that I will show you soon. These two games I forgot to mention with the last one. To do moves are button combinations, so like X and square would do a suplex or something like that, and you know, or a tackle or anything like that. But it's very complicated, especially just starting out. So like when I play with my kids, they don't know quite what to do because it's just button smashing to them, and you know, by chance they'll do a move or something like that. But as the games went on and as THQ went to develop new ones, they ended up getting the formula amazingly down pat. So but again, the video quality in this is pretty good. The graphics not so good, but the live promos and stuff like that are awesome. Next up, my personal favorite console in this whole series is the N64. This game right here is called WCW NWO World Tour. The first entry in the N64 for WCW games, at least. THQ also made these ones. Absolutely phenomenal, and they only got better from there. The button combinations were a lot better. All you would have to do is push the grapple button and then a directional button, so like up, down, left, right, or something like that, and each one of those did a different move. Very easy to get, very easy to understand, and for people who are just starting out, not complicated at all, and you guys can have a lot of fun doing it. I loved this one. You actually had the original red and yellow Hulk Hogan in it and everything, and which is my personal favorite. I look for that in a lot of games. I hope that they have the original Hulk Hogan. He's my favorite wrestler, but you also have the Hollywood Hogan and NWO. Next up is WCW NWO Revenge, one of the greatest wrestling games of all time. They only improved upon the last game, World Tour, and graphics-wise, mechanics, everything are just flawless in this. The only other thing that they could have done better in this game was actually have like the real entrance music for the characters, but other than that, it's a flawless game. Create a wrestler and all that type of stuff is phenomenal, and THQ did a great job with this, and unbelievably, they got better with the next game. Next game, WWF No Mercy for the N64. Actually, I meant to say that the next game would have been WrestleMania 2000, which was right before this one. I do not have that one. I will probably get it at some point, but this is the creme de la creme of wrestling video games still to this day, in a lot of people's opinions, a lot of fans' opinions. This is the best of the best. Entrance music, Titantron videos, as well as they could be done for N64. Character creation, graphics, everything, the moveset's absolutely perfect. People have modded this for computer and PC, and you know, putting current roster wrestlers in there, and new generations of people, graphics and everything, and they're still going hardcore on it today. So it's an amazing game, and anybody who's into wrestling at any kind, I highly recommend this game. Next up is WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. This is, I think, the 4th installment of the SmackDown series, which started on the PS1. I got this one. I used to have the other 3, but sold those a long time ago. I'll probably get them again at some point. I got this one because of Hollywood Hogan is in it, and the red and yellow and the black and white for NWO. Great graphics, great gameplay, videos, Titantron's music, everything is great in this game. And we actually just played it not too long ago, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So that's going too. So yeah, great game. Next up, GameCube. We got WrestleMania 18. My all-time favorite WrestleMania because it's Hulk Hogan returning to the WWF and facing The Rock. Great match. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Phenomenal. This game, pretty disappointed in, other than the characters that they had. The gameplay is fine, but there's no story mode, no career mode, it seems like. Very, very disappointed in it. And I don't remember playing this for too long when I got it initially, other than when friends came over or just one-on-one matches. But first entry in the GameCube console for wrestling games, it was okay, and I was happy to have it at the time. Next up, WrestleMania 19, the next game in the series of the WrestleMania games for GameCube. Better play-wise, but story-wise and stuff, horrible. Are you gonna go? Okay. Story-wise was awful. You are a wrestler, any wrestler you choose, you end up getting fired by Vince McMahon. Stephanie McMahon picks you up to sabotage WrestleMania 19 to get some type of revenge off of Vince McMahon. And you're doing like backstage fights and stuff. You're not in a wrestling ring or anything, and it could have been a lot better. Pretty disappointed with this. This next game is Legends of Wrestling 2. I don't have the first one. I couldn't find that one at the time that I was actually searching for games. Hopefully sometime soon I'll end up getting it. This game is pretty good. The controls are totally different than any of the other games that I'm used to playing, so it's something that I have to get used to. Thank you very much. And something I have to get used to playing it, but the kids actually have a lot of fun with this. This is a button smasher, a lot of legends. How many pages of wrestlers is there in this game? Like 4 or 5? I think there's more than 3. There's at least 4. Yeah, at least 4. A lot of unlockables, right? Like a lot of them you can't get to right away. You have to unlock them and stuff. And they have a blast playing with Andre the Giant in this game. And graphically and music-wise, great game. We love it. All right, next up is Day of Reckoning for the GameCube. This is the first in a 2-part series of story-wise games anyway for the GameCube. Exclusive to the GameCube also. Awesome storylines, great game. The second one picks up right where the first one left off. Story-wise is great. Real videos, music, wrestling rosters are great. Legends, unlockables in this. Great game. If you have the GameCube, I highly recommend you picking this game up. Alright, this next game, Day of Reckoning 2, just like I said, picks up right where the first game left off. Better roster, better graphics, better music, everything, gameplay, better legends in my opinion. Who's in this one, guys?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's in this one. And it's kind of funny, if you can show the back, I don't know if they'll be able to see it or not, but Hulk Hogan is in his old red and yellow trunks with no bandana, but in the game he has a red bandana on that doesn't come off. So it's kind of funny because that right there never happens in the game, at least that I've found out so far, and I've played it a few times. But great game, best game on GameCube for wrestling anyway is Day of Reckoning 2. Last game in my collection is WWE 2K14. This is a custom cover done by my good friend Eric, and he got it for me for, I think it was Christmas, it might have been a birthday gift, but this is Hulk Hogan's debut on PS3. It might not have been his debut, but it was like the more realistic version. They had Legends of WrestleMania for PS3 also, and it was more cartoony, that game was, and this is more realistic looking. But phenomenal game, lots to do in this, lots of unlockables. The career mode and everything, you can become immortal. I mean, it's a great game. It's sad that you can't get any of the downloadable content anymore on the store since they discontinue that type of stuff. But great game in the franchise, and a little bit more complex. It's not like the button smashers of these other games and stuff. You kind of got to think a little bit more, but it's not as complicated as I think these original PlayStation games. But graphically wise, this is by far the best one that I own. That's my wrestling video game collection, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Stay tuned next week. If you saw my Instagram page, I posted a little teaser about something that's coming next week, and I can't wait to show you guys. I'm very, very excited about it. If you're a big wrestling fan, you might want to check it out. Hopefully that'll post next Friday. Other than that, thanks so much for joining us. And what you gonna do when Never Grow Up runs wild on you?